ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, it's another Advanced Warfare commentary on YouTube. And this is your boy, that's the Tru Inferno. Alright, so this is it. The moment you all been waiting for, my Super Bowl prediction. And after letting basically a little over a week go by, we are now kind of 4 days away or whatever. And my predictions still remain the same. So sorry, FD Chick. Ever since the Lions got unfairly kicked out of the playoffs, I have been rooting for Seattle to get to the Super Bowl. But my cheering for Seattle ends right here. I got New England still winning the Super Bowl over Seattle. And I'm going to be cheering for New England to win the Super Bowl over Seattle because Tom Brady is simply a Michigan man. It's that simple. So, yeah, there you go. You know, that's my reasoning right there. Now, moving on, I'm going to get into today, well, that was, you can say that was part of today's topic. But, I want to move on to today's other topic, and that is traveling. And I recently saw a video done by Raya, where she talked about her traveling plans for this year. As for me, at the time being, I have none. You know, some of my boys talk about they want to go to New York, and then also later on in the year they want to go back to Atlanta. Now, I would love to go to New York. New York is one of the places I would love to go, but I don't think it's happening. Not this year. Not this year. So yeah, that's what this video is about. The places that I have been and the places where I want to go. So I kind of all over the place at the beginning. So let's get organized here. Let's start with the places I have been. Now, since I'm from Detroit, Michigan, obviously I've been to Canada. I'm sorry, you can't say you're from Detroit. Right now, I'm gonna say that. But if you're from Detroit, you had to been to Canada at least once. I don't care what part of Canada it is. It could be Windsor, which is basically next door to Detroit. You know, once you cross that bridge, bam, you're in Windsor, just like that. So, I've been in Windsor a few times just to go to a club. Crap, you know, I told y'all this story. Actually, two occasions where I've been in Windsor to go to this club. I told y'all two stories, rather. I've been there a bunch of times. I also been to Toronto a couple of times. And that's as far as me going out of the country. You know, just Canada, that's it. I never went overseas. You know, I did take a cruise to Barbaro Island, rather. But that might be before your time. You know, if y'all like, ooh, Barbaro Island, rather. That's like, what? I think that closed in the mid-90s. Man, that's a while back. So that might be before your time. A lot of y'all, you know, don't even know what Barbaro Island was, whatever. But anywho, I've been to Orlando. That was a great spot. 2004, where the Pistons won that championship, and at the same time, the Tampa Bay Lightning won the Stanley Cup, and both teams had the same owner, Bill Davidson. Rest in peace, by the way. You know, we was like, me and that city, we was hyped, right? And that was just a nice city, Orlando. I would love to go back to Orlando. I've been to Memphis for a family reunion. I've been to Houston for a family reunion, and that's a funny story right there. On 2 occasions, I've been screwed out of going to Houston, but the third time was the charm for me. I finally ended up in Houston one of those years. I also been to Greenfield, Mississippi twice. I've been to Chicago twice. I've been to, unfortunately, Cleveland, Ohio. I've been to Sandusky, Ohio, for Cedar Point, obviously. And I've been to some city in Ohio, wherever Kings Island was. Yeah, that was also before your time. A lot of your times as well. Let me see, what else? You know, and of course, I drove through some states. You know, I drove through Indiana. I drove through the Dakotas. Oh, I also been to Atlanta. I forgot. I've been to Atlanta. I drove through Kentucky. And, you know, but that don't count as far as me actually going there. So, yeah, that's pretty much it as far as, the states the places that I have been to already. Um, I want to make sure I ain't forget anything, and I'm pretty sure I didn't. Now, obviously, there's been some places outside of the D that I've been to that, within the state of Michigan. And I ain't talking about neighboring cities like Dearborn and Redford and Livorno. No, screw that noise. I'm talking about way out there. I've been to Michigan State, East Lansing. I've been to Central Michigan. I forgot where that was. I want to say Chattanooga. I've been to Muskegon. Obviously, I've been to Pontiac. I've been to Auburn Hills to see the Pistons play. Been to Pontiac to see the Lions play back in the day before they moved to downtown Detroit. Um, I've been to wherever city they have the Detroit. I forgot what that theater called. I went out there to see a Wiz Khalifa concert. I forgot what that's. I forgot what that theater was called. I forgot what city that was in. But I've been there, and that's pretty much it. For as my, all the places I have been to. Some may say that's not a lot. Others may say, wow, that's more than I have been to. Whatever. Obviously the farthest west I have ever gone is Houston, and the farthest south is obviously Orlando, and the farthest north is Toronto, and the farthest east, I have to say, Memphis. So, yeah, there you go with that. Now, let me give y'all some places that I would love to go to. When one of the places outside, I say I want to go back to Orlando. One of those places is Miami. I would love to go to Miami, kick it on the beach, with the six-pack, man, rocking one of those Miami outfits. I got two of them. And just enjoys the breeze, enjoy the sun, enjoys the ocean, enjoy the water, whatever. Kicking it down there, wherever in Miami. Just have a blast, man. Another place I would love to go to is Vegas. I got friends who've been in Vegas. My mom's been to Vegas. I got family who live in Vegas. I personally have never been to Vegas. I need to go to Vegas. Now, I heard, yeah, Vegas ain't all that it's cracked up to be. But, I still need to go for the experience. I have never been to Vegas. I want to go to Vegas. So, yeah, there you go. Another place I would like to go to, and again, I already said this already, is New York. And not just any place. I talk about like New York City, like the fancy cities in New York. So nothing like the hood, like Harlem or Queens or Brooklyn, anything like that. Like places like Manhattan or New York City itself. I would love to go there, check out the penthouse, and just kick it up there or whatever. The skybox, living that skybox life. I made a beat, and I think I called it skybox life. That's funny though. Another place I wouldn't mind going to is LA. Somewhere out in LA, whether it's Venice Beach or or LA itself or Hollywood or wherever. Just because for the experience. I got family that live out in LA, so I wouldn't mind going there just for the experience. See what it's like out there. As far as places I would love to go to in the States, that's pretty much it. There's nothing else in the United States that obviously, outside of the actual United States, I would love to go to Puerto Rico, Jamaica, but mostly Puerto Rico over Jamaica, and the Dominican Republic. And I would prefer Puerto Rico over Hawaii, because Hawaii got sharks. So that's a major no-no for me. Now, as far as out the country, Australia. That's my #1 place I wanted to go to. Cause I fell in love with that place ever since I did that project about Australia in middle school. I fell in love with that joint, and ever since then, I have always wanted to go to Australia. And obviously, we talk about the eastern part of Australia. Sydney, Australia. Not that western part of Australia, because out there is nothing but a big-ass desert, and that's where all them dangerous animals and stuff like that, especially snakes, which is the second thing that I'm afraid of. Sharks #1, snakes #2, and big, hairy, poisonous spiders #3. Yeah. And then, of course, another place outside the country I would love to go to is Japan. Whether it's Toledo, I'm about to say Toledo, but I mean Tokyo, obviously Kyoto, whatever. But those two cities, or those two spots in Japan, are the top 2 spots I would love to go to. Drink some sake, eat a bento, not fight for one like the anime, but eat a bento. Even though there is an Asian supermarket near my house, so I have drank some jasmine tea, some milk tea. But I want to go out there and experience the real stuff, and explore the city, see some of their high tech, play some of their video games and so forth and whatnot. That would be cool. I would also love to go to Paris, Paris. You know, I also love to go to Italy, any other city in France, but mostly Italy. I mean, well, yeah, no. Paris in Italy. No, Paris in France. Italy is in Europe. That's right. Okay. So yeah, I would love to go to Italy. That's the number one spot for me in France. But any other city that is nice looking and nice or whatever is fine. I also want to go to Paris as well. I would also love to go to Scotland and the United Kingdom and England out there, just for the sole purpose of meeting some of the hip hop music producers out there, like Jasu, for example. You know, a couple of years back, that was a ill producer who worked with samples. It did so many wonderful things, so many great things. And another producer that inspired me to continue making music and making beats and so forth and whatnot. And that's pretty much it. Nowhere else in the United States that I would love to go to. And I would love, well, no, I ain't gonna say. I was thinking about I want to go to the moon, but I'm like, screw that noise. I don't want to ride a rocket ship where it could possibly crash or whatever. No, screw that noise. But as you can see, the game is over. And I had a pretty good game, you know. Got more kills than deaths. This is New Jay Gatsby saying, peace out, y'all. See y'all next time. Oh!
Some fight wild.
Some bleed, some up, some down. The sons of a battle cry.
As a relative of the sons of the
Battle cry.
some things you gotta recognize, you gotta realize with it with your own eyes. Things in the streets, this is all true but no lie. Like a daily marathon, I run through this. Then the government blames it all the thug music. Simply refuse it, shit ain't difficult. Cops can't cover us, making shit difficult. If you see some shit, then walk the other way. Cause more than likely y'all niggas would die today. Crack at the corner store, fucking up corner whores, taking over crowns at a former game on awards.